What's up, YouTube? I want to talk to you today about some of the myths around firearms for hunting. And the reason for that is it just kind of happened today. I was at Fleet Farm and I was looking at the shotguns because I personally believe in having more than one of the same caliber. I think if you don't, it's just bad math, but that's just my personal opinion. Um, so I like to have nice round numbers for the firearms that I own. And I was looking at a tactical shotgun, and the guy's like, "Yeah, those are the tactical ones. We got the hunting ones over here." And I just kind of didn't pay any attention to it. I was looking at the tactical shotguns because I like versatility, I like durability, and um, being able to use it for whatever I need, whether it's hunting or a self-defense situation. I don't want a freaking 26-inch barrel banging around the inside of my house. So that's what I was looking for. And he said, those are the tactical shotguns. They're not really that great for hunting. And I said, you'd be surprised. We're in Wisconsin. The area we're in has always been shotgun only for a long time. Changed to rifle a few years ago, but that's what we used. And it's what you can afford. If you can only afford a $200 shotgun or a $240 shotgun, then get it. You're gonna get your deer, your small game, whatever you need with it, and not have an issue. And I said that. I said you know, it's fine for hunting. You'd be surprised. And he just replied, "Well, to each his own, I guess." That is a myth from sellers and even manufacturers. They make you think that you need some fancy shotgun for each different type of animal you're hunting, and it's ridiculous. Um, you can use whatever. If that's all you can afford, use it, and you will get your food. So you just need to be good at it. Go out, search your areas, put the time in, find the trails, find where the animals bed down, and it doesn't matter what gun you use to get that animal. If you put the time in and you do the research on where they're moving, where they bed down, where they sleep, where they feed, you're going to do just fine. So that's one of the big myths. I like Mossberg shotgun, and that's what I was looking at. It's fairly cheap. That's about what I can afford, in which case I can't actually afford it right now, but if I were able to, that's about all I could afford, is a $240 shotgun. And they are great shotguns. The Mossberg Maverick 88s, the Mossberg 500s. I've owned a few of them, and they work great. So I was just looking to round out my, what I have for calibers, just because I believe in that practicality and versatility, and durability. Me and my wife, we both carry the same self-defense guns when we carry. They're both same caliber and make, so and magazines are interchangeable. Same goes for hunting. For out hunting, we use the same firearms for hunting, so that if somebody needs an extra mag or something like that, it's interchangeable. So, having a big expensive shotgun or rifle for whatever different type of animal you're hunting is not necessary. Get what you can afford and use it. And if you put the time in, you put the practice in, and you get out there during the seasons, you will get your food, you'll put it on the table and in your cupboard and freezers. So same goes for one of the other big myths is AR-15 or a 223 is not good for hunting. You can't use it for hunting. That is a major myth. It is not true. We use 223s every year, and we always get our deer. My wife's first deer was with AR-15 with a 223 ballistic tip. Shot her right in the neck. Dropped it like a sack of potatoes. My kid, my youngest, his first gun was a single shot break action 223. Shot his first deer with it. Not a problem. I've probably shot maybe 10 deer with a 223. That's what I use every year. So, it is a huge myth. There's downsides to it. You don't have an exit hole. You only have an entrance hole, and I talked about that before. So, you got to be precise with your shots. You got to be good at it. So that's another myth about it. You know, one thing I do want to talk about is overpowered calibers. Overpowered calibers is like a 30-06 for short distances, or a 700 or a 300 Win Mag, or a 7mm mag. Those types of rifles for short distances are not good. They're long distance rifles. When you're at a short distance, the bullet doesn't have time to expand. So, stick to your smaller, slower calibers at shorter distances. That's about all I will say about specific guns for, different types of whatever you're hunting. Other than that, use what you got. If all you have is a 300 Win Mag, or a 7mm mag, or a 30-06, use it. You'll still get your deer. You just might have a little trouble with putting it down at shorter distances. But other than that, that's all I have to say on that. Use what you have. So, one of the bigger myths I've heard out there is like bear hunting. People have different opinions on, and I've never gone bear hunting. I'll put that out there right now. Different people have different ideas on what's a better gun to use for a handgun. Some say 350, nothing under a 357, nothing under a 10mm, nothing under a 44. So everybody has their own ideas for what's good for pistols for bear hunting. That is another myth. One of the best explanations I've found for this online is the guy had said, basically, it doesn't matter the caliber you're using. Obviously, you want to use something that's a little bit faster, but that doesn't necessarily focus on the caliber, but the type of ammunition you're using. So you can get higher pressured ammunition that's moving a little bit faster. But what he said is the type of bullet. You want to use a hard cast bullet for, bear, if you're using a pistol or something like that. I've seen guys on YouTube or videos of hunters shooting bears with a 12 gauge shotgun, which, again, versatility, why I like the shotguns, and even a short shotgun. This guy was a DNR, and he used a tactical shotgun to put down a bear. So, don't tell me you can't use a freaking tactical shotgun for hunting. That's just ridiculous. But as far as pistols go, yeah, he said you want to use a hard cast bullet, which that makes sense to me. It doesn't matter the caliber. You might want to use a higher pressure load so it's moving a little bit faster, and use a hard cast bullet. I've looked up stuff online of people shooting and killing bears with a 22 rimfire. So, to say you can't use something smaller than a 357 or a 44 or a 10mm is ridiculous. Pay attention to the type of ammunition you're using and your shot placement. Obviously, if you're shooting at a charging bear, that's going to be a little bit different, but still look at that ammunition instead of, you got to have this specific type and this specific type of caliber. If you can't afford it, use what you got. So that's really what I got to say on it. I think people, obviously this guy was trying to sell a gun, and obviously I would say the hunting shotguns are probably more expensive than the tactical shotguns. So, that's his job, but don't try to tell me or anybody else what is good and not good for hunting. I'm a freaking redneck in Wisconsin. If I'm hungry, I'm going to go get my food, and I'm going to use what I got to do it. And I've done it. So don't tell me you can't use a tactical shotgun or anything else to go get food. I'll go out and use a freaking 22 if I absolutely have to. It is what it is. If you need to put food on the table, you use what you got. And I guarantee you, if you put in that time, you're going to get your food. So, Yeah, that's all I got to say about it. It's just stupid myths and stupid comments by people trying to sell stuff, especially corporations. Big gun manufacturers are trying to sell you on the biggest, best thing, and it's ridiculous. You know, use what you got if you can't afford it, buy what you can, and use that to your advantage. Um, and prove all these idiots wrong that think this stuff. It's ridiculous. Um, Go to, if they want to say something like that, you know, take that freaking tactical shotgun, go out and get yourself a freaking ton of squirrels, rabbits, deer, turkey, whatever, and go back and show that idiot the pictures of the stuff you got with the gun that he said you couldn't use for hunting. Um, you know, it's not going to be better for hunting. It's not going to be as accurate. So if it's not going to be as accurate, then you have to be better. And that's easier than for most people than buying a $700 freaking long barrel shotgun for bird hunting or duck hunting. I'm not some freaking frou-frou hunter going out there trying to, you know, get the best meat and the biggest animal and everything like that. You can't eat horns and you can't eat freaking hooves. You can't eat the feathers. I don't care. I'm not gonna go mount these freaking ducks and geese and deer and everything else on the freaking wall. I'm not gonna get them stuffed. I'm not gonna spend $1,000 to put a freaking antelope or a boar in my freaking living room or a bear. You know, whatever. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna get my food and I'm gonna put it on the table and I'm gonna use what I got. So that's all I got. We will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it won't be as long as it took me to put this one out there, but a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. I'll still be poor, but I won't be hungry. Have a good day.